Welcome back, everyone. This is Zetra bringing you part 7 of our ROTK 13 Salzo Battle of Wong Wrong Road playthrough. Last time we left off, we finished off Shu completely by taking non-high. This time, we're gonna seek to end the playthrough by finishing off Wu after establishing the Kingdom of Wei last time. We've killed Liu Bei, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and pretty much all of their families. But with that being said, let us begin. These guys here. Why? I mean, that is Jung Ho. 3, 4. One more unit. Not you. And you. Yeah. Do need to set up an assault unit to take Changxia. Guess. I mean, the Shu provinces are completely secure, so I don't have to really worry too much about them being under fire. Outside of bandit attacks. Ha! Trying to think here. Other than sending the thing about non-Zhong lands is they're so far apart that I always worry about deploying these forces. Is I could, instead of deploying them, mobilize. Yeah, let's do that instead. Got Sunny Boy Salzan who can go here. Once he's back, of course. Then these two. Then I guess this group and yeah, no, the Bianchi group. It's for the. We're gonna move everyone off. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna try and 3-prong this. It might not work, but. Playing Bao, Ren, Unlu, Kinmi, so many terrible officers in our force. Oh, why am I even here? Got that wrong. Got Han Swan, the other one. Dang Chang. Maybe Ling Ling and Offhit stuff can be used for this. And maybe we just need to use Offhit, so. Sure, get to work on that. One way has been hired. We're gonna get a lot of people. It's unknown how loyal they're gonna be, though. Their loyalty's too low, and I know they're gonna get back. And I really should. No. Yeah, Wah. too far. I guess the question I need to check is, I'm joining this, it's not prisoners, but yeah, these new people. What's the loyalty sitting at? Wait to sort by. Oh, it's showing at 84. I mean, sure. If it's in the 70s, you might as well just kill them. Anything lower than 80s is just grounds for their leaving anyway, so. Jun Chuan has no room to attack either. Kinda his problem. Tries to attack and he's being cooked for it. Because we'll be able to take a lot of land. Jun Chuan. How many more prisoners we got? It's a lot, isn't it? Matsu's free officer, huh? We had a lot of people leave because I killed murderers. Monster. How should I feel? How's our loyalties looking? Little dicey here and there. Nothing too terrible yet, where I feel the need to kill. I say that, then I would kill off my own kids as a sign of my own loyalty to my state. Imagine. That'll work what we're trying to do here. Oh, Galro's unit doesn't even need to be out at the moment. The other group I do want to get down here. Two more. Shot group is almost there, but it was going to take a long time to mobilize this thing. So what I did. Supplies at least. Correct. Plus, nope. Well, why? Working on that. I should have done the other tier of it. Or Zhao Ye or Zhang Xue has expected to. What's that mean for me? Do I need to be upset? Or. No matter. Try as you might, it would do you no good. Well, from one from John Cook to there, I guess. Really might get poached, but yeah. Got plenty of officers to spare now. Ever loyally I want. Go there. Misclicked. I don't know what happened. Oh god, he's young. Why? That's how you know we've been going on this for a while. Starting 207, Gong Wei's already made. Got plenty of supplies. Yeah. I'm okay. Got some commerce. almost ready for the assault. The 10-pronged assault. Do you have what it takes to stand against the tactics of the absolute strategist? Alright, Guowai's going his way. I'm gonna use that unit anyway, so I don't think I'm kinda worried about the supplies though. Pretty rapidly training. Women's gonna be fine, it's not near any supply junction. Hi Wolf's Heart, we're trying to wrap up the playthrough. I say trying, very loosely. Last time we finished off Liu Bei. This time, all that's left is the decadence of Wu. And as you can see, we're going for a multi-pronged attack here. I'm kind of waiting on Guohai to get caught up to everyone and get his morale up. We just got Zhong Wei, and we've been recruiting the remnants of Shu rapidly. What's left of them? We lost a lot of people last time because I went on a killing spree. I do like dead men. Han Hao has escaped, you say? This is no great loss. I'd rather killed him, but I wanted to continue the fight, but didn't realize how long it would take, so... all systems go, huh? This group... Yusheng. This group... We don't go for that. Not shot in hell, we go for that. Young. This group over here can take on Changsha. And then... over here, where our main force is, we're gonna head for... Dongguan on the way to Jiannan. I think I'm just copying historical way under Cao Pi at this point in what I'm trying to pull off. So I think it's gonna work. I don't know. I hope. The number disparity is so bad for Wu. Like, look at this. Like, I know endgame, but this just feels like bullying. Because what the fuck are you supposed to do if you're Wu? Like, 200k versus your 10k unit. Truly. Ah, fuck, we got flooded. Also, impartiality is broken. Thank you, Zhong Wei, for reminding me why I assigned you. The loyalty boost every season is just so good. God. So how's this going? All fine, I assume? How's he got 200 in stats? What? Nice day. Hong Kong's done. Actually, no, they'll just take it. I don't gotta do... Well, actually, how much are they sending as reinforcement? They might... They just might... not allow us to do much. Morale's still pretty high. Poor Ding Fong. Like, poor guy. Just look at him. 2,000 troops to his name. Trying to do the most. Guys, if anyone ever asks me why Wu failed, I'm just gonna point at what I'm doing now and say this is how it went down historically. Because this really do just not be nice at all. Or right. I guess I can pull from Zhangke. My best bet would be Zhangke Shortun. Click. Where's Shanka? Did I miss it? I did. Yeah, those two will go there. What are you cooking? And why does it smell burnt? Please do. Down group 1. As soon as the troops are back up and roll, go move this force. What they got a John Yang right now? 65. How's the assault on Changsha going? Yeah, okay. They're done. I guess I could coordinate them to double attack Yu Zhang. It might be worth investing in. Yeah, probably what I'll end up doing is pincering. Oh, this no. Spot for that, is there? These guys are ready to go. Oh no, he's gonna stay there. Need to eat my supplies up so I can have enough people to take that. Oh, they didn't even try. I can pull 4 guys from Guiyang along. Someone's got to be able to run the city. Truly. Chung Fu just got stranded by his own administration. Poor guy. They did not think that through. Oh, Chung Fu turned around and tried to take it. You know, the hard way, that ain't gonna with the damn ain't. How's this going? Our morale ain't quite high enough yet for my liking. Changsha is falling like you'd expect, though 1 or 2 units could go home. I can't tell who's in charge of that small unit. Hangzhou. Okay. That group home. Drive for Danyang. Does Yu Zhang have enough food? More than? What I think I'm gonna do something like this. They no longer can rely on the port protection to save them. However, that will. Yeah, that's the hard part of 13, is it doesn't have a lot of good scenarios in my opinion. Like, I love 13, but there's so many different scenarios that it's just you can just boil down to 3 kingdoms just fighting. And in my opinion, that does hurt the game substantially since it's an officer play focused game. In a way I didn't really think about before I did ruler play. It's only really got like 2 scenarios, it feels like, because of that, unless you want to try and change the status quo of one of the 3 kingdoms. Like, I still love this game personally, but that is a flaw I've come to acknowledge and realize with this game over time. For all I praise it, it is not a perfect game. Far from. I mean, it has slightly more scenarios on PC where you might be able to find something more interesting. Like, what is the fictional one with Zheng Wei and Shu actually, like, hurting Wei pretty badly? That one's kind of fun. But that was the only one of the scenarios that are PC exclusive I've already looked at. And even then, that one kind of gets dampened by the fact lifespans are infinite. You are cruel. If a greedy person calls you cruel, are you really cruel? That's my question. Like, if a guy who would sell me out for gold calls me cruel, am I really that cruel? Also, I think this game in general is just one of those games you play occasionally. I don't think I can do playthroughs of this back to back every week, but every few months or so I'll probably come back and forth between this game. Because the other thing that I think kind of hurts this game, kind of doesn't, is the fact that you just kind of have to do long runs if you play this game. Unless you just find something where you'd rather call it quits at. Chunhua is now my arch enemy. Oh no! Anyways, Shun sure hates me. I don't know why you hate me, but you know, Lu Shun hates me. Oh no! This truly was our Sun. Lu Shun hates me. Oh no. Anyway, I should kill Lumeng. I'm never gonna get to use these officers anyways, so if I think they're a threat, I should just kill them. That's kind of where we're at. All I see are corpses and dead men. But I'm not one of them. Caught Tyson C? Ooh, sexy. I like that. Pull 3 from Ling Ling and 1 from Wu Ling. But yeah, if I ignore my nostalgia bias towards this game, I'd still say it's a good 8 out of 10. It's a good time. I just think it gets really repetitive. Granted, I feel like that's an argument you can make with a lot of ROTK games, but I think it's especially true of 13 at times. Isn't charged in Jiangnan anyways? We know. And they have 30k they're just sitting on here. Oh. Wait. Recapture more people. Oh, hey, Shang-Yang. King Kong, Tyson C. Gonna probably end up killing them. Oh, Tong hates me. I know why that one happened. So much sadness. Find the Wu offers a core, one execution at a time. I don't know if Lee do it. Wukong does. Well, Wukong, here's my argument for you hate me. Oh. I like these arguments they make of you should let us live. Because it's like, tell me why I would do that. Yongu hates me. Who? You can't hate me if you're dead. Corpses don't talk, silly. They never have. Anyone else that's a prisoner want some execution? No? Nope, Guyong signed up to die. Same with Lu Fong. And Sushi. Anyone else wanna say they hate me? That is currently a prisoner in my force? Soon you. Oh no. Anyways. Anyone else? Please go ahead. Tell me you hate me if you're my prisoner. It will do you some good. You fun. Did I miss him earlier? I guess I did. I can fix that problem. Problem fixed. Kanzo hates me. Oh no, anyways. Come on to the execution chamber. Cheng Bing? Guys, I think Cheng Bing runs Bing. Why else would his name be Cheng Bing? So much gas. Sushi, do you have signed up to die? Thank you for treating me like an officer. I didn't treat you like an officer, I treated you like a prisoner of war. And you ended up like one too, dead on the ground. I do constantly wish the prison interface in this game was better for figuring this stuff out. But I think that's just a ruler play point of view type of thing for me, where the system does not feel great. Specifically for ruler play though. Oh dear, what the? Yeah, it was Luban who hates me. Yeah, you are bored. But you know, unlike you, I'm not dead. A loser. Not much I can do in that regard when it came to Junior. What are they cooking here? Why does it smell burnt? Let us begin. First battle of the stream, really. This should be the key to our victory. Gotta keep myself back. Ow. I was kind of trying to see if they were what they were going to do. The answer is nothing. Do I not have a camp? What am I looking at here? Oh, there's the camp. It's fine. Huntsman, you go protect that. What is going? What is going? What is going on? I do think there are plenty of tough scenarios in that. It's just how much BS are you willing to put up with. And how much do you not like playing as the Three Kingdoms. Because I think if you don't like playing as the Three Kingdoms at all, this game greatly loses its value. But I think you could argue that for any ROTK game, that if you don't like playing Three Kingdoms, why are you even playing the game at all? Which is fair. I thought I had... Do I not have siege weapons? Am I crazy? I thought I had them. Oh, same old tactics as usual, boys. Punch the gate in the face until we win. If we don't got siege weapons, you just keep punching the gate. It'll break. Just like the spirits. I don't think we have really that great tactic. Chenwu, whatever. Xingdaorong. That's fast for us, isn't it? Chenwu again? Oh. Wait. Might have been misfire. I can think. Matai. I let that happen. We're losing numbers rapidly because we are frozen and under ballista fire. Awesome. I miss Macho. Reinforcements on the right. Get to the front line, sir. Sister. That's just why I always do it to the side. Wang Luan. There's the tune. Go a long ways. Reinforcements? Yeah. Okay, don't stack it. What are our tactics again? Tough riding. What's defense? Spear defense. Provoke. Maybe fire. Oh. Fire burst. The camp. Gun down. Yeah. Got a 20k team stack, huh? Yeah, I want to hold command a moment to check something. Not quite there yet. Alright. We can resume the fight now. Nothing really changed in time. Because I couldn't look away. Awesome. Awesome. Have you wiped them? Or you're outnumbered heavily. Do I? Yeah, Fire Burst their main count. Take that out. You take that out. D1 has shown up. He's actually got a pretty decent tactic from what I remember. Good fan clean by. Are you okay? I need a doctor. I can. Boy. Are they just saying that since they can't win, they're just gonna suicide? What are they? I can't understand what the AI is thinking here. At all. Are they getting overwhelmed enough to main camp? They're thinking like. Oh, is that the last bar? I don't remember who's who won even killed. That's bad. Get Hondong. They have better tactics? Are you serious? Hello. Hey, I can fire burst here again. Hey, if I'm already going down, might as well burn. Getting it routed, getting it in. It's Zhang Wei. Finally, someone who's not complete trash. Burn him again. Burn him again. Do it a third time. Oh yeah. All I know is I can do more damage to you than you'll ever do to me. Rid of him. Perfect elimination. Reinforcement. And Fire burst 1. He was in. It don't stop coming the way tidal wave. Them stand by. Going broken. I knew you were garbage once, Swan. I don't think you looped at that. What's the injury though? Defend order. Any stand down here. There's Hondong route, I need to take a look at the map again. has been going on? Sun Quan himself is fighting in Danyang. Over here, we're fighting. Yeah, we lost a governor too. I don't know, I just call it chicanery. So that's kind of what it is, random battle deaths. Try as you might, you will do you no good. Captured by... How do you get captured by fighting a slave? Yeah, bro, go take their count. Oh, other boy here, he helps you finish the job of kind of doing one. Long days at the front, trigger, mighty warrior. Melt, 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 and melt some more. You will not get past me, you say? Sir, you are nothing for the might away. Well, you didn't get the count, but we finished the battle and won, so it don't matter. Hey, Thomas. 21 officers, huh? Friday. Submissions are due on Thursday. King can go home. Thursday night, Friday morning. We're just gonna say Thursday night to make it easier on everyone. Call from Janang. Oh, no, never mind. What the? When did I get 12 officers in Jiaozi? Huh. Jiaozi. Yeah. We have so many guys that we are just not using them. Not anytime soon, that's for sure. It was very difficult to work with when I was streaming it last. Maybe somewhere down the line I might come back to it, but not anytime soon for sure. I think trying to stream Spear on PS5 actually traumatized me a little bit with how difficult it was, honestly. Which is really a shame for me, but life's a shame sometimes. Why am I missing a governor? Where? No governor and shall pay. Let me figure out how to fix this. So many people busy with other stuff. Yeah. It'll work. I don't feel the need. We'll see what I decide to keep playing and what I don't. There's just not a lot in the gaming sphere right now that influences kids or interests me. It's my big problem, but again, that's a personal problem. Well, we're not going to be recruiting people, so I think you are liable to be Great. No. I think Modern Assassin's Creed is one of the worst series ever created. For me, Assassin's Creed fell off hard after Black Flag. I think Modern Assassin's Creed is just slop. Like, mainstream slop. I have never been more disappointed in what's happened to a franchise than how much Assassin's Creed has disappointed me in the modern day. And that's coming from someone who loved it growing up, that I think it's just turned into a slop franchise. Like, you play Assassin's Creed if you literally have nothing better to do. But they are freaking poorly made. I miss what AC once was. God. They had heart, they had soul, they had a good thing. And I threw it away. I mean, when you have to get bought out by Tencent, the same people who own Riot, to keep your company alive, it tells you how far Assassin's Creed has fallen as a franchise. To where they have to rely on the money of the big Chinese corporate that buys every company to just keep Ubisoft alive. Because you know, Shadows performed so poorly that they were gonna go bankrupt. But were bought out instead. Like, Ubisoft itself. Yeah, Assassin's Creed just isn't good anymore. They turn it into RPG slop. It used to have a real heart and soul behind it up until 4 Rogue, I think, were the last good games. And then they've just slopped it out. It's why I publicly and unapologetically will denounce modern Assassin's Creed as the pinnacle of what's wrong with gaming in the modern day. No love, no passion, just slop. But I'm gonna stop talking about it here, because I really don't want to keep thinking about Assassin's Creed right now. It just makes me depressed, honestly, thinking about it. And I'll leave it at that. The Treatise on Piety was God. Ah, yes, my favorite treatise. Right after the one where my dad was killed. I'm a very pious son. I don't even think that's a secret, Thomas. Tencent owns the majority of Top Game and have been a major shareholder and owner of Riot for forever. And Tencent is a Chinese-based company. Yeah, what I'm saying is it's been that way for a while. That's nothing new. I think it just went under the radar is the thing. It's like Tencent itself is the main company, Chinese company that's bought up a lot of these bigger game companies. And for a while people wrote it off because they only owned Riot and League. So while I think it did go under the radar, I think they've always been a big player. I just think people wrote them off. It's kind of like how some businesses, people don't think they'll work until they actually do, and then they realize it's a threat. I think people in the modern day, a lot of people in the gaming industry are ignorant until it happens to their favorite franchise. But I think gaming in itself is in a recession, where games are taking longer and longer to produce, and they are nowhere near as long or as good as they once were. Like, don't get me wrong, we got a lot of shovelware back in the day, and quality control is better than it ever has been, but the cost of gaming has went up exponentially. I think gaming itself is going to reach a crash in the near future. And when that happens, I don't know what I'll be streaming. So, yeah.
Oh. かしこまりました。かしこまりました。
Yeah, okay.
進みなさい。お任せあれ。
Technically speaking, though, China doesn't even really make a lot of games. Tencent just owns the right to the big gaming corporations, which is why they're able to get away with what they do. But they're the main Chinese company that's really in the gaming industry. The rest of... what's it called? But yeah, Ubisoft should have gone bankrupt, but they got bought out. But yeah, I don't think China itself is taking over gaming. I think specifically it's Tencent. And I think that's the company people need to keep an eye on in the near future, because they are own so many major IPs. Do they have enough food to keep going? We're gonna try it. I don't think it'll work. We'll try it anyways. Wait, why did I keep this guy? Just needed these two to supply, and then I wanted them to go back up at Tylo. Yeah, we're not gonna push. We're gonna get supplies. Then we'll circle back. Supplies, press troops. Yeah. 3 cities left. Kanyang breaks off. Okay, fine. But yeah, it's no. I think it speaks a lot that Clay Expedition 33 was made by former Ubisoft developers, and it had more heart in it than any Ubisoft game in the last 10 years. But that tells you how much Ubisoft stifles their talents. And how they have really talented developers that just don't get to work on anything that they want to do. Because I think people forget the Expedition 33 developers are all former Ubisoft employees. Or at least the vast majority of them. Yeah. Assassin's Creed kind of pioneered the genre and paved the way for everyone, but it don't hold up. Not at all. God. Assassin's Creed is a series I used to really love. Damn. I think a lot of MMO games survive, just very few retain popularity because, again, MMOs are time sinks, and a lot of people don't want to put sink time into something knowing it'll shut down eventually, but they still do it anyways. A lot of people, like, I play gacha games myself. I don't talk about it too much because I've done it for such a long time, but I also recognize they're also time sinks. And that they will shut down one day, I'll lose everything, and I will just enjoy the time I had with them. Do I have to fight this out? Probably. Oh, fucking... You're probably gonna attack South, try to. Yeah. Everyone here has a boner to pick with South.
お任せください。
Depends on how much support the MMO gets, but yeah. A lot of that depends on how long the devs are just willing to support the game. That's the thing. I don't think people really forget those type of games as much as they don't think about them as much once they're gone. Honestly. I mean, you can say that's forgetting, but I think that's a little disingenuous to the... For me, my experience with MMOs growing up was Adventure Quest and all the... whatever they call it now. Battle... I don't remember what they're called now. Artix games and... I think they were called like Battle Quest or something, MMOs. Those were my main time sinks growing up when I played PC games. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Like Dragon Fable, Adventure Quest, frick, what was the one sci-fi one they had? I don't remember the name of now. Battle On was what the thing was called. Yeah. Adventure... I did try playing AQ Worlds when that came out for a bit, but I gotta admit, I did not like Worlds as much as I liked the original Adventure Quest. I think it was the art style, though, that made me not like Worlds and the way they changed the gameplay. I liked Adventure Quest more when it was an RPG than when it was whatever Adventure Quest Worlds can be described as. Mobage? I'm still impressed Adventure Quest is still around to this day, honestly. I figured it would have died. But no, they still keep it active and online. Which I always found surprising that they really kept that series alive. Though I question how much they keep it alive as Legacy and how much they keep it alive as people actually still play the OG Adventure Quest over Worlds. God, Adventure Quest was a dope series. I don't like what they did with it with Worlds is my biggest problem, I think. Which is no shade at the developers, I just liked it better in its OG style compared to what they are doing with Worlds. If anything, though, I think it just became more pay to win over time, too. Watch out, Crest. Blutongue in a duel. Basically has escaped. Try as you might. Arc them with cavalry. But to be honest, outside of like stuff like Adventure Quest, I wasn't a big online gamer growing up. I remember there was one I played that was kind of like a city sim. Icarium, I think it was called at the time. I don't know if it's still around today. It was like Greek Civilization, like Age of Empires crossed over gameplay. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Also, yeah, RAM is really expensive. And I don't know about SSDs, but RAM, especially nowadays, is really expensive. Maybe. I don't know anymore how much of gaming is to be blamed on the devs and how much of it is to be blamed from fatigue, just generally. Because I think the lack of games in the modern day makes it hard a lot of the times because development time takes longer, games aren't anywhere near as long as they used to be, so I think it's very hard. I don't really play MMOs. I did have stints where I tried World of Warcraft. I didn't really care for it. But for the most part, my extent with MMO-like stuff comes from playing gacha games, which I played both the Dragon Ball gachas for a bit. I played, I play Arc Knights still. I like Arc Knights. And then I am a Mato Magi fan at heart. And I do play etc., even though I don't think it's very good. I think it's pretty mid. But I don't think I'm what you'd call your typical guys guy either. I think a lot of people think I'm a guys guy on the internet because I grew up in the countryside. 3G was all we had for majority of my life. But I'm definitely more, I don't know what the right term is, neutral in the way I view everything. Yeah, Arc Knights is a lot like Bloom Tower Defense in the way its thing works. Every opposite. No, I'm talking OG Arc Knights. I've seen Enfield. I think Enfield looks good for what it is, but I don't think the story or the gameplay are gonna be as good as OG Arc Knights. I really love Arc Knight's story, even the events. It's just so well written. I think the only thing I could complain about with Arc Knight's story that it ever had problems with is it did get too wordy at times. But I think that, and I also can say when they made the Arc Knight's anime, because it does have an anime, I really did enjoy the anime for what it was. I don't think it was a perfect adaptation, but I thought it was pretty good. For what I know of the stories, 3 chapters it adapted, which was mainly the first 8 chapters, I believe. The whole reunion arc. But yeah, I've played Arc Knights ever since it came out, just about, and I still think the game I probably, if we're talking overall hours I put the most hours into over my time gaming, has probably been Samurai Warriors 2, Dragon Ball Fighters, or Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening. Because I have over 1,000 hours in Fighters and Awakening, and Samurai Warriors 2 I've replayed a total of about 2, 3, 4, 5 times in its entirety. They can be. Arknights has a lot of gimmicks with its tower defense based on events and stuff that can be really stressful and annoying to deal with, but for the most part, it's chill. But it generally has like hard tower defense battles in a way that will hurt your feelings at times. I know I've had enough events hurt my feelings in that game where I'm like, I don't think I'm actually good at these type of games. But that just means it's hard. When a game can hurt your feelings and it's a tower defense game because the stages feel really difficult, that's just a good time. Got the siege weapons up, but... Why are we routing so quick? How many ballistas are on that gate? I mean, yeah, I enjoy the headache that comes from making challenging runs in A games. I think a lot of people don't like the challenge that comes from making a run challenging, but for me it gets my adrenaline pumping as a former sports player. To be honest, the Hanukkah Koji stream sucked only because I felt like I didn't have any resources. Like, playing Gamma afterwards made that stream more fun for sure. I think I enjoyed my time playing the Gamma in that stream a lot more than I did Hanukkah Koji. I still blame Wolf's Heart, by the way. Next time you show me competent Hanukkah Koji, I'm gonna tell you it doesn't exist as a way of forgetting my PTSD. Because Lord knows the PTSD was strong with that one. I bet they were an Oda vassal is why they survived, too. But the Hanukkah Koji often vassalize themselves to whoever. I watch a guy do Azai 1572 and see the Hanukkah Koji survive, and I believe I'm him. I was, in fact, not him. I was, in fact, mistaken that the Hanukkah Koji ever deserved to live. But you know it's bad when I'm telling you I was playing Gamma 1586 and having more fun. And it's 1586. That stream ended in such a good way, though. I enjoyed seeing Ieyasu die again, and again, and again. Honestly, of the three unifiers, Nobunaga doesn't even feel the strongest. That's the worst part. I think he's like middle ground. I think Nobunaga, no. He might be the weakest of the three unifier rulers, honestly, in the game, if I think about it too long. Because Nobunaga at least has loyalty issues, which never seems to happen to either Hideyoshi or what's his name? Ieyasu. Oh, Otate. Oh no. Oh no, we ran out of food? Of course we ran out of food. Yo, spaghetti, yo, I need to finish this battle ASAP, yo. I mean, what are you asking, Thomas? That's what I'm... I think it's harder versus Toyotomi and Tokugawa because their generals are loyal. And Hideyoshi himself is a lot better than Nobunaga. But it's like Archive was saying in one of his streams. Like, Hideyoshi is the strongest of the three unifiers in the game for sure because of the way crack troops work, combined with the fact all his officers are very loyal. I think Ieyasu is second because at least all his guys are loyal. Nobunaga's not weakest by officer quality alone, but mostly by fact of a lot of his guys aren't very loyal, like your Mitsuhide, your Tetsu, they're all normally in the yellows, so you can easily get some early breaks, allowing you to focus down the strong guys that he has left. But I genuinely think, unfortunately, of the three unifier AI forces, Nobunaga is the easiest to beat for that reason alone. It's not that he himself is weak, it's that the people serving under him are not loyal to the damnedest. Also, with Otate, I think if you play Kagetora, you're going to have a really hard time. I think the only way to win is Kagetora and Otate in Awakening. I'm assuming you're playing Awakening, is to abuse using Konosugu to confuse abuse. And even then, that's really tough, because if you let vents fire off, so many things can go wrong. I mean, technically Tokugawa did win in the end and stave off Japan modernizing for 300 years before the restoration of the Emperor and the fall of the Shogunate. The thing is, Ieyasu was smart enough to wait for everyone else important to die to do it. Like, whether anyone wants to admit it or not, waiting for your opposition to die, it was a valid strategy, and Ieyasu lived long enough for it to work. Like, you can say Ieyasu doesn't count, but he is one of the 3 great unifiers of Japan and the one who won in the end, even if you hate him. Like, I hate Ieyasu, and even I can go, yeah, he won in the end. Do I like it? No. I freaking hate that he won in the end. But he was one of the 3 great unifiers, and that is historical facts. You don't gotta like it, you gotta live with it. Yeah, Ieyasu played the long game and lived to an abnormally long age for people of that time, because most people in that time were expected to die in their 50s for the most of it. But Ieyasu himself lived to the age of, I believe, 75? Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, if they're here. Because he died at Osaka, and I believe he was born in the year 1540. So I believe Ieyasu was 75 years old when he died, and only then it only happened because, well, Yukimura killed him. You know, little boy Red. Get everyone home. I'm just gonna get stalled out by Sun Chuan at this point, ain't I? What I need to do is, I need to move back, and I need to get a second group up here to take Wu, not U. I blame Organs for that problem. Thinking a bit like that. Do I even care to mark myself, or do I just send whoever? Probably just send whoever. Just need to make sure it's a big enough army to make sure it dies. I'd like at least one more unit. Maybe Shinya. That'll work. Meanwhile, Shinya needs to go home. My main force can prepare for an assault on Shinya. I mean, yeah, he also was able to negotiate a ceasefire with Hideyoshi during Komaki and helped him unify the land, so he could wait until Hideyoshi's death to take over. Ieyasu was incredibly smart for what he did. Nobutada just got caught in the crossfire, but it was also perfect for Mitsuhide in the sense of he took out Nobunaga's backup plan and Nobunaga himself in one go. Like, there was nothing... I don't know about that. I'm not gonna say I disagree with you completely on the fact Oda could rise again if Nobutada was in charge. It was just Hideyoshi was very good at charming and flattering people and was very good at negotiating his way into favorable position. So Nobutada could have fallen for it, but it feels unlikely. But the difference is, if Nobutada hadn't died, Hideyoshi wouldn't have been able to use Hidenobu and be the regent as a crutch to basically take over the land. Since Nobutada would have been at least of teenage age, maybe adult age. I think he was an adult, actually, by the time he died. I don't remember for sure. So Hideyoshi would have had to be more careful because he would not have the position of regent and would instead be serving under Nobutada. But again, that's merely conjecture, which is all you can really talk about at this point when it comes to other relevance and stuff, is conjecture, because you can't really say what would have happened because Nobutada died. Yeah, because his whole thing was Hidenobu was Nobutada's son, and he needed a guardian because Hidenobu was a kid at the time. Like, technically, Hideyoshi would lose his justification, but that wouldn't prevent him from trying to find another way to do it anyways. That's kind of what I think. It's like, if Hideyoshi wanted power bad enough, he might have openly rebelled because he didn't value Nobutada as highly as Nobunaga. The other thing that he could have done is he could have found a way to convince Nobutada to put him in charge. But that's the thing, Hideyoshi was a weasel, so even if Nobutada was still alive, I feel like he would have found some excuse to try and start his own ambition. It's just hard to say what it would have been, what his alternate recourse would have been. It also depends on if Nobutada killed Akechi at Honoji, because another huge thing Hideyoshi had going for him was, since he killed Mitsuhide, he had the justification of, I killed our Lord's killer, which to people that might have mattered more. I don't think Nobutada would have been able to freaking save Nobunaga, honestly, because of how massively outnumbered they were. His best chance would have been to escape the Akechi forces through Nijo somehow. But the thing is, they were massively outnumbered. Like, Nobutada himself would have to escape. I don't think he could have killed Mitsuhide and saved Nobunaga. His best bet would have been to escape and basically, like, get what loyal order forces are left and rush to avenge Nobunaga himself before Hideyoshi had a chance to do so. But the question then turns into, can he march back faster than Hideyoshi could make peace with the Mori and then take out Mitsuhide? Because I believe it was, I think 13 days is what they say Hideyoshi's thing was. His march back, or was it 30 days? It was quick for the time. But the only way, as long as Hideyoshi killed Mitsuhide, he would always have justification. And with the troop numbers that were at Honoji at that time, there was no killing Mitsuhide. So Nobutada would have had to take out Mitsuhide and the Akechi forces after somehow miraculously escaping within the month. Gathering up what was left of the other forces, which I don't think realistically would have been possible. Not because I think Nobutada wasn't... I don't know if that's a real fact, Thomas. That's what they say, is he was killed by farmers, I believe. But honestly, it was just common people, from what I understand, who saw his face on a warning poster that killed him. I don't know if it was necessarily farmers. I think it was bandits, actually. I think he was killed by bandits, is the actual history of what happened to Mitsuhide. After he lost Yamazaki, I believe he was found escaping by a group of bandits and killed. At least that's how they portray it in Nobunaga's Ambition. Which would make sense, that someone as famous as Mitsuhide would get taken out by a group of bandits. considering bandits at the time were not uncommon. And probably did want to wipe out a lot of the samurai class, honestly. And Mitsuhide himself was of noble... Yeah. Even today, the winners write history. Like, that's just the truth of history in general, Thomas, is... It isn't just the winner who writes history. The winner... Back then, the winner has always wrote the history. Like, we villainize the losers, and... we... basically paint the winners as the paragons of good and just when they may not have been. Like, to claim otherwise is ignorant. But I think history itself is very gray. I think if you think about history in terms of black and white, you've already missed the point of learning from history. But I say that as someone who does a lot of research in my own time about things, that it's best to research this stuff on your own, because what they teach you in school is always going to be a biased point of view from the fact that you are either on the winning or losing side. I think it's important for people to do individual research when it comes to history for that reason. I also think people who teach history have a really bad tendency to try and paint it as black and white, when in reality, history is not black and white, it is gray. I think that's just not true, Thomas. I think if you think whoever has access to history writes history, you are on one. I mean, Hideyoshi did use that claim as his justification to take over, even though he technically didn't kill Mitsuhide. But he still won the decisive battle that would lead to Mitsuhide's death, so you can argue. And we don't know who the bandits were even working for, so it's possible Hideyoshi had hired those bandits to kill Mitsuhide too. It's hard to say, because since Mitsuhide was killed by bandits, and we don't know who they were working for, if Hideyoshi can be held directly responsible for that or not. My heart tells me it probably wasn't Hideyoshi who killed him, and he really was just taken out by a local group of bandits who didn't like him. But people like Mitsuhide, who were bureaucrats and nobles, just were not well liked at the time either. Like, look at Mitsunari. Mitsunari is very similar to Mitsuhide in a lot of ways. And Mitsunari was also not very well liked by his peers. Yeah, Mitsunari Ishida. He was also a bureaucrat and just like Mitsuhide was, and he wasn't liked because of it, because he basically tried to root out anyone who wasn't a Toyotomi loyalist while Hideyoshi was still alive, and also just did a lot of shady stuff. Like, I love Mitsunari for who he was, but Mitsunari himself was not a kind guy. He tried to... He was 100% like, be a Toyotomi loyalist or suffer because you're not one. Which I think is fair, given who he was. But Mitsunari and Mitsuhide share a lot of similarities of they weren't very good field commanders, did not lead very well. They both were very civil types, bureaucrats who were well liked by the shogunate court at the time. And they both tried to either protect a legacy or take over a legacy in their own right. The only difference between Mitsuhide and Ieyasu again was Mitsunari himself was trying to defend the legacy of Hideyoshi. I will say this time and time again, I do not condone AI. I hate AI. I know some people like to use it, but I will never be able to stand for AI. For one reason alone, and that's it hurts our ecosystem, it takes people's jobs, and it overall does a lot more harm than good because it is poorly regulated. I think if you rely on AI for anything, you can't be trusted. Like, if you just want to use it for fun, that's fine and all, but if you use AI for art or anything of the like, I have zero respect for you, and I do not want to deal with you. But in my opinion, AI is a lot more harmful than it is. That was the thing, is Nobutada was supposed to be his proper successor, but he died with him, yeah. And Hideyoshi's issue was, even when he had a proper successor, Hideyori was still very young, and he killed off all his other adopted children or sold them off. Like, he adopted Hideaki, or adopted him off to Akakage, which you can argue was what caused the Toyotomi downfall at Sekigahara, is Hideaki being adopted by Kobayakawa and sold off by Hideyoshi. The execution of Hidetsugu also did not help, or the death of Toshiie, which was just unfortunate in terms of timing. How? Oh, music outpost? Music tower, yeah. But Hideyoshi in his later years, as well as the failure of the Korean campaign, really just hurt them. Huh. Everyone wants to throw a party with Saza. Probably. We're definitely getting close to wrapping up. I don't know if it'll end now, but it's definitely ending this stream. We just gotta finish wiping out the dregs of Wu. All, like, 2 of them. 3 of them? I don't fucking know. I've lost count of how many cities they have left. I think it's 2. Why are these gates so healthy? I'm gonna have to back off long enough to handle Sin Quan in this. Are they just gonna charge me? I don't have a right to complain, I guess, if that happens, but I wouldn't be doing that if I were you. Yeah, you can stay and fight gates. Well, try as you might, it would do. Yeah, you just go punch that or something, I don't know. Sir, whatever. Put it down. Daring charge! Zhongwei and Walmont, if we're gonna do it. Walmont. Okay, Zhongwei. Oh wait, no. I wanted you to get out of there, yeah.
かしこまりました。我が剣をくらえ。
He's still stuck.
我が剣をくらえ。我が剣をくらえ。 今こそ勝
Or
機
that
だ。
way.
俺に続け。
Can't gone. Lukai slain by Lushun. I mean, if anyone's gonna kill us, it is gonna be Lushun, ain't it? I might not even have to destroy the gate at the rate this is going. They really hung themselves out to dry. I don't even have to fight the gates for this. Kinda sexy. Because John Ye has now fallen. Wu has lost the capital. Oh. Gan Ning has evaded pursuit. Sun Quan has been captured. Oh no. Anyways. Who's the leader now? Sun He has declared. Sun Deng's boss. Sun Deng has succeeded. Sun Quan. Chuan? It's Chuan. Because, and John Ning, I guess, can hold over here. I don't really need to anymore. Oh, wait, we got a lot of people up in Nampi. Okay. And then pull one from probably Jezza. Oh, we have an extra in Zhejiang. Let's just pull that guy over then. Do we not have a governor still? Eh. Yeah, put Huntsman in charge, I guess. It works. How's this going for us? All find ourselves? Kinda. Would. But. Are we missing a governor now? 2 cities. I guess I have some for that. I mean, they can try and retake Jianye. Won't do them any good. Probably gonna fall regardless, but... We got anyone fun to kill? Maybe. Chengpu, Handong. Hanzhong. Oh, she betrayed us, I remember that. Kill Serpent. One does hate us. I want him dead anyways. If my last line of hope is South Strong, catch me killing my last line of hope. I don't want it. There is part of me that just wants to kill everyone right now. And I am repressing that part, because I really don't need to be killing everyone. I kill for the love of the game.
一筋縄ではいかないな。これで終わりですか。無念です。一筋縄ではいかないな。
All I see are dead
敵
men.
人はあのものですね。敵人はあの一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄で敵人はあのものです。敵人は一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄ではいかない。一筋縄ではいかないな。
I forgot I missed one kid. That's
言うことなどありません。一筋縄で敵人はあのものですね。一筋縄ではいか一筋縄ではい敵人はあのものですね。敵人はあのものです。敵人は一筋縄ではいかない。一筋縄ではいかないな。敵人はあのものですね。一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄で
Oh,
は
hey,
いかない。
Kyo's still alive.
はいかないな。一筋縄ではいかないな。
Sure, Fuji, Deng Xiao.
言うことなどありません。一筋縄ではいかないな。
Death is rolling in every verse, candy praying on his brand new heart.
一筋縄ではい一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄で敵人はあのものです。敵人はあのものです。敵人は一筋縄ではいかないな。一筋縄ではいかないな。敵人はあのもの。敵人はあのものですね。言うことなどありません。
Buchan. Who the frick is Buchan? Her daughter or some shit? Also, we lost the governor somehow? Oh, young.
報告を扱っております。
How's this going? Yeah, no. That's just over. I'm gonna go attend the coronation of Wu as dead. No set of floods at non-peace. This is their way of trying to fuck with me before the game ends, really. Let's go join the attack on Wu. You control so much China that their only way of fucking with you is to make sure bandits try and mess with your shit. Don't need it to be efficient, just need to do enough. Yeah, that's 17 days. Fuck that.
かしこまりました。
Where else am I dealing with bandit bullshittery? Alright, over here. Manage to get home. At this point, y'all might as well just commit to the attack. For all it's worth. I don't even want to fight this. There's no point. We lost so poorly. Like, you're not fighting off 25k with 5,000. And he died. We don't gotta worry about the mushrooms. Wei has conquered Wu, Sundang army has left. And with that, Wei has unified the land. Cao Zhe has done what his father could not and unified China, defeating both his brothers, is improving once and for all why he's the best Cao family member. I hate how this is stock image cutscene though, kinda. The unfavored son staked his claim and proved once and for all he was the best.
黄金の乱に端を発する混乱と激動の時代は、一人の英雄とその破業を支えたあまたの英傑たちの手によってここに幕を閉じた。
Now, how we got here? How did we get here? Remind me. Unify the land from Loyang. In September of 208. Zhangzhou. Yeah, okay, sure. Whatever. I don't care. Right, we married Cyan September 212. Rip Cyan. Liu Bei killed you. He shouldn't have. Zhangzhou subjugates the lands of Liang in 216 in February. Then became Prime Minister February 221. Became Duke of the year after in April. And then later that same year became king. 2 years later, we finished subjugating Zhong Yuan. Then we became emperor 12 years later after we had caused Shu's fall. And then in June 241, Cao Zhe unifies the land. 33 years in a dream. The poet showed that he could conquer as well as the rest. I don't remember what this cutscene is even about. Right, no, it's the opening cinematic. Top General Ma Chao telling us we need to help save our people. And top strategist Josh Hu. These two kind of did carry the run a little bit. Ma Chao 100% was a hard carry. Josh Hu was, when he was around, was definitely really useful. Well, for you enough, let's calm down first. What you're both saying is indeed true. However, I will take neither course act. What? How are you going to rule this land while leaving the army and the law for later? No, both the army and the law are important. However, what we need now is reconstruction. We cannot leave the people without enough and expect to govern well. I see years rise as they come, Cao Zhe. Thank you for pointing that out. Good grief, looks like I won't be retiring anytime soon. Don't got enough wine for this shit. Well, this isn't too bad as the end of the Great War where I killed numerous family members, Liu Bei, and many other souls. Excuse me, I'd like to hear your views on this law. Very well, let me hear it. And I guess that's how it ends. Kind of anticlimactic ending, but anyways, thank you all so much for watching. This will be the end of the Cao Zhe run. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.